This was a nice win for the Utah Jazz. I know a lot of people might complain that the Detroit Pistons came back, but that's the NBA. It's a league of runs where, the Detroit Pistons aren't, they may make the playoffs this year. We'll see. But they're going to make runs on you. They have talent. Jerami Grant has been fantastic this year. And so it's, don't get disappointed. Before we talk about the Jazz giving up the lead and everything, let's talk about the Pistons. So I am a big fan of Jerami Grant. Jerami Grant bet on himself this year that he could be a number one option on an NBA team, and he has proven that he can be. Now, is he a number one option on a championship contender? Probably not. But on this Pistons team, he's the lead guy, and guess what? They've had some nice wins. I can't remember if it might have been the Clippers. Let me know in the comments. But before losing to the Jazz tonight, they had a nice win. Jerami Grant is scoring like 24 points a game and on like 36% 3-point shooting, and that's as the number one option. That's pretty monster stuff. So anyone who had anything to say to Detroit about letting what was his name that went to Houston? Christian Wood. Letting Christian Wood go and signing Jerami Grant, they have answered that. They have the better player. Jerami Grant is in his prime right now and killing it. And so that is, I'm proud of Jerami Grant. It's always cool to see someone who they just bet on themselves and do really well. And it's fun to see. Now, there are a mix of old players and young new players. Like, we didn't get to see Killian Hayes tonight, and I want to see more of him before I make any big judgments on him. But he looks kind of nice from what I've seen. We'll see how he kind of goes. It's too early to tell on him. Obviously, he's just a rookie. Then they've got players like Blake Griffin. So you've got Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Blake Griffin, and it's just a mix of a weird team that's kind of in flux. They don't really know what they're going to do. You would think that they would make some sort of trade at some point, and they haven't done it yet. So we'll find out what they're going to do. Guys, the stream's not going that great, so we'll see what happens if we keep doing these. But they've been pretty fun so far. I don't know. But anyways, that's all I got to say about the Pistons. They played really hard. They're really long. They're really big. Sadiq Bey, I really like. Killian Hayes is interesting. And then you've got Blake Griffin, who looks like he's just slowly slowing down, and it's kind of sad to see, but he still contributes. I mean, he's still big, still good rebounder, great passer, and he's shooting the three at a high rate right now and at a pretty decent percentage. So he's a nice player to have. He just costs you a lot of money for that. But you know what? Maybe they can find some sort of trade at the trade deadline for Blake Griffin. Maybe there's a team out there that needs and can, they can find somebody. For Jazz, they had a monster 3-point first quarter. Donovan Mitchell was incredible in the first quarter. He just absolutely took over from the start. For the game, he scores 28 points. It was 50% from the field, 50% from three. And the thing that gets me excited is the 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Jorge Arizaga. Oh my gosh, Jorge. Holy smokes, Jorge. I love you. Jorge, my gosh. Shout out to you, Jorge. My gosh, Arizaga. You are welcome to every stream, Jorge. DW. Thank you, DW. We're talking about it now. Missed the game. 30-second recap, please. Yes, the Jazz that's what we're talking about now. The Jazz had an incredible first quarter, and then it was basically defense for the rest of the game because their offense could not go. And really the biggest problem, Donovich could not hit a shot. He was like 0 for 5 from 3. The Jazz won this game with Bojan Bogdanovic going 3 for 11 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, with 1 assist. And that's a total of 7 points from Bojan. And the Jazz won this game pretty easily. So that's pretty remarkable stuff from the Jazz. Bojan Bogdanovic is still struggling, and I don't know if he's hurt or what. But that's a tough thing the Jazz are dealing with. Man, Jorge Arizaga. Everyone say hi to Jorge and tell him he is a gentleman, a scholar, and absolutely welcome anywhere on this channel. Anyways, the Jazz won with an incredible play from Donovan Mitchell. Bojan Bogdanovic has just not been able to contribute very much. He's had like 2 good games this year, but that's not enough when you're paying that guy that much and he's a prominent player on your team. You need more production from Bojan. My guess is at some point Bojan might rest at some point, and the Jazz maybe can get someone like Elijah Hughes some time to kind of get some legs. I do think like tonight, Derek, who by the way, Derek and Rudy Gobert had monster rebounding tonight. Incredible stuff from Derek and Rudy, who had 34 rebounds. Their offense was not very good, but their defense was phenomenal. And that's what this game kind of was. It was a monster first quarter. The Jazz built like a 15, 20-point lead, and they just played defense the rest of the game until they won. And they put up enough points just to win the game. I remember you wanted to join. Thank you, Key. I'm in Gentlemen's Club substituting for okay, but you're still my favorite stripper. Frequency. Oh, that's right. We're in the frequency here, guys. Maybe that's what we should call these streams. This is the frequency. Also, Grant was worth the money he got. Ask Utah. Yep, Jerami Grant gives me PTSD from the Denver playoffs because he is the big reason that the Jazz lost that playoff series. If the Denver doesn't have Jerami Grant just obliterating the Jazz would have been playing the Clippers and maybe the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And this is where I start crying. This is where you see a grown man start crying. So anyways, Donovan Mitchell looks fantastic. The last 2 games, he's been incredible. Both games, I want to say this is for real for Utah. I hope so. They've played 2 teams that don't really have a Detroit Pistons, so the Jazz got a break on that. But you'll take a win, and defensive wins are always nice, especially with this team who has struggled to defend in a lot of ways. You got to give it to Jordan Clarkson. He's like a 50, 40, 90 guy right now, and I'm not even joking. That's actually what he is coming into this game. Tonight, Jordan Clarkson, 46 from the field, 42 from 3 percentage, 18 points, and 1 for 1 from the free throw line. So he is still putting up that 50, 40, 90 type stuff. What a monster night from Jordan Clarkson and year. This guy has got to be considered 6th man of the year. I've been saying it all year, and he's been just killing it. Guys, it's going so poorly, and I apologize. I tried a different internet thing today, and it didn't really work. So, guys, that's all I got to say. The stream has gone